Welcome to Kakistocracy. My name is Chris Adams. I am right here with Joseph P. Larkin. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Yeah. I always, there's always like a pre-roll before we roll where we get to talk about random things. And today, I didn't tell you this, but I had to deal with a certain comic that we both aren't huge fans of that came in to film a YouTube show.
Mm-hmm.
And every time this person comes in, I'm always just like, oh, okay. And I don't like everyone else on the thing is awesome. They're cool, they're nice, they're respectful, but just this one person just I get a weird vibe from this person. You know what I mean? Even my boss was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Is this guy a jerk? Do you get that vibe?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, he seems like a real jerk."
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, he's a jerk. He's a jerk for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This guy did something really weird. The last time I was on a show with him, this year. He showed up and he was all nice to me at first. He was like, "Hey, look who's here, Joseph P. Larkin, blah blah blah,"
Mm-hmm.
and then he went up right before me. And when he went up, he singled me out in the crowd and he goes, "Hey, give it up for Joseph P. Larkin. He's my friend, and that's amazing because I'm a Jew." And then I was, of course, embarrassed. I said from the crowd, "Oh, you're a Jew. Well, now you're not my friend anymore." But the funny thing is, because he's just trying to throw me under the bus for when I go up after him.
Right.
But the funny thing is, the people in the crowd started sig-heiling me. so so it totally backfired. He just bombed like he always does. But yeah, and then I had to go up and he left the room. So I couldn't even explain to people like, yeah, I know that guy. I don't hate anybody. What the fuck? I didn't even get on stage yet and I'm being called racist.
Right.
How's that possible?
I
What a
don't know.
douche move. And yeah, he did it because he knew his set sucked and he was just going to leave right during my set. Dude, he left like as soon as his set was over. He went right out the front door and just, I don't know, what a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
Thanks a lot, asshole. Thanks for
Yeah.
throwing down a hand grenade for me to hop on.
I always thought
Just,
the rule was you stay for the next two comics ish if you're being polite.
yeah, you just pretend that you're paying attention to the rest of the show, even though inside you're thinking, I'm amazing.
Yeah.
Why doesn't anyone know how great I am?
I will say that is
Please,
one.
please stay for two comics. I stay for two comics left worth of people giving me a high five when they leave. You know what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah.
I just wait. I'm not waiting to watch two comics. I'm pretending that I'm watching the two comics. I'm really just waiting for the people that are leaving to go, "Oh, great set. You
Yeah.
are so great tonight. You're the best." But anyway.
Yeah. That
But no, yeah, it's comic courtesy just to at least watch the guy that you just threw under the bus
yeah.
do his fucking set. And by the way, he walked those people, the people that Sig Heiled left. Why would
Oh.
they stay? Why would they stay?
Yeah.
Probably for them, the highlight of the night was being able to Sig Heil ironically in public. That must have been a real thrill for these like normies that would actually go watch a fucking comedy show
Right.
at a bar in Pasadena. Like, what a loser.
Oh, is that a
What
bar?
losers. Yeah, of course it's a bar. Where else would comedy be besides
Right.
a brewery? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even the comedy clubs are just bars. There's not much
Right. They're
else to do
glorified.
there.
They're glorified bars that happen to have a showroom, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, because the comedy usually happens if you don't. For those of you that don't know it, it usually happens on the lower levels. It's at bars, bowling alleys, anywhere that they can just get people to come in and hopefully buy drinks. And usually it dies, I will say, because comics are a terrible patrons. They're not good at buying things,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the comics, but a lot of them don't buy things. Maybe they don't tip or they buy like really cheap stuff. You can't survive on that. And so uh, what I've always tried to do is when I have money, I spend it. Like if I'm gonna go to one of those things, I'll buy a few drinks because I'm supporting the show, basically. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great way to justify your alcoholism. I'm supporting The Room. I'm supporting live comedy.
Right.
Four drinks at a time.
Dude,
what a dreadful way to spend your time, getting drunk, watching people talk about their penises and their
right.
addiction to porn, whatever.
Dude, oh, every day, like, people talk about porn and comedy, and I'm always like, I don't want to hear this. I don't care. I don't want to hear about your weird, gross habits said amplified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a weird flex.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, guess what? I jerk off all the time by myself. No one wants to be around me.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
that doesn't look good to me. It looks terrible.
I mean, there's a lot of behavior that I just don't understand. It's not funny, and it's kind of sad. A lot of the things these people talk about on stage.
Right.
A lot of the sex stuff, especially because for women, it's like you just seem real desperate. Like fucking hey, dude, what are you talking about your pussy on stage for? I can't imagine that the women in the crowd appreciate that kind of talk.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, so every time I see people do certain things, I'm always, I don't like, hey, do what you want. I don't care. It's not this isn't my profession. I mean, we're in the same profession, but this isn't my career, was what I'm trying to say. So do what you think works. But I know for a fact, because I spent many years not talking about sex at all on stage, that you don't have to talk about that, and you can still get plenty of laughs on things that are very different. But you can, relationships, whatever, but you don't need to necessarily go into the gross details of what you do when you're alone,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very curious behavior. I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
I never will. I'll never understand that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's not for me to understand, probably.
Yeah. But we've talked a little bit, but I do want to bring this up because it's just happened today. Robert Redford passed. I know you saw that. So I'd like to at least play this little clip from the news that I found.
Breaking news, Hollywood has lost a legend. Robert Redford died early this morning.
KCAL News reporter Rick Montanez is live in Hollywood with a look at his legacy. Rick, good morning.
Jamie Sheba, good morning. The mourning over Robert Redford, as you can imagine, goes well beyond Hollywood because he, of course, did.
I hate when the news does that. Good morning. The mourning over. I'm like, oh, come on. Why do you got to be so like punny?
That's the least of my problems right now.
Oh,
I'm in mourning, Chris. Morning, noon, and night. I'm in mourning.
So much work in film.
Robert woke up this morning and he was like, "I'd rather be dead than Redford."
That wasn't your best, but I give you a C for effort.
Yeah.
But he also
fuck KCAL. Fuck KCAL. They stopped playing American Housewife reruns at 1 a.m. Now I just go to sleep like normal people do. I don't have anything to live for, dude. What is going on? I don't want to watch any more of this. I'm bummed out. It's pretty sad.
It is actually, yeah, because he's awesome. Now, I
protected the environment and worked to preserve.
I'm gonna stop it
Southern
real
California.
quick, but I'm gonna get to. There we go.
All the president.
So, that's the role that I think a lot of people think of him for, All the President's Men. But my favorite role he ever did was in Twilight Zone, where he played Death. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when he was a young man, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good one.
It's a great episode. He goes to this woman's door, he knocks on it. He says he's an injured soldier, and then she's scared of dying, so she's not inviting anybody into her house. And he just, over the course of the episode, convinces her to lose her fear of death. Just great acting all around. The old lady, him. It's why I always love the Twilight Zone more than even any of the other copycats, like the Outer Limits or even Black Mirror isn't quite as good to me as Twilight Zone was.
Yeah, it was the best. Super
Yeah.
good. Nothing better.
And he was in that one. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, obviously. There's, I mean, they list them all here, but everyone knows. And I believe he passed in his home in Salt Lake, or was it wherever the festival is that he does? He lives in that same town, I think, or he was near that town.
Sundance.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace. But I understand that. Let's switch gears a little bit. I understand that you watched Cool Hand Luke again recently.
Yeah, I did. That was great. It's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Anytime it's on TV, I'll just sit and watch it. I don't give a fuck how many times I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it 100 times. I celebrate it 100 times a year.
It's probably, I mean, one of his best. Paul Newman, because he was such a great, what do you call it? Because he's a bad guy only technically. I mean, he was taking down parking meters. How bad was he? In this movie, but he's like an anti-hero. That's what I was trying to think of. He's kind of an anti-hero. He's set in this impossible situation, and then he's somehow earns the respect of all these guys. Look, the cinematography is just amazing. This is when was it in the 60s when this came out? I forget the release date of this, but
I think it was 69.
Yeah. And this and The Hustler were two of my favorite roles he ever did during this era. But that one was all black and white. So this one was cool because you got to see the that's another thing I was gonna say. Sorry, I got distracted by the movie, but the way they had extras and stuff in these movies, I don't know why, but I feel like modern movies don't know how to handle a group of people in a scene. Do you know what I mean? Where there can be a ton, but each one has a character, has an individual, like they carry themselves in a way, even though they're just part of this group of people, right? And they felt natural back in the day. But I don't know what it is. When I watch like anything released pretty recently, everyone feels like they're acting. It doesn't feel like they're part of a story, like a larger story. Whereas back in the day, they were closer to the theater, right? Because a lot of them came out of New York as well as LA, but somehow they felt more organic. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. But so I watched that movie as well, just like you. But another movie that I saw recently for the first time because of Bill Hicks was Shane.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah. I watched the whole movie because of that one bit where he talks about what's the bad guy in that movie's name? I can't remember.
I don't know. I know his character's name. His name is Jack Palance in real life.
Jack Palance. That's who. The character is important because in the joke, Bill Hicks is like, it's like watching that Jack Palance in the movie Shane, where he throws the pistol at the sheep herder's feet, right? Well, that scene doesn't exactly happen the way he describes it. It's way different. Where the guy is a former Civil War vet from the South, so he fought for the Southern states, and Jack Palance is like making fun of the South, and that's what gets him to pull the gun.
Yeah, and then Quentin Tarantino ripped that off for a scene in The Hateful Eight. I rewatched that this week just for shits and giggles, God damn, that is like the most repetitive. He's just stealing from himself at this point because it's
Right.
the same basic plot as Reservoir Dogs. Which one is the and which was just ripped off the movie The Thing, and I think
Hmm.
he even uses music from The Thing in The Hateful Eight.
Hmm.
This dude is just a thieving bum, dude. Fuck this
Right.
asshole. He makes an entertaining slop, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't say Tarantino, but at the same time, I watch a lot of his movies over and over again. I hate watch them, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. They're fun to hate because he always has good actors and stuff in them too.
Right.
So you are compelled to watch them. But every time I do watch them, especially as I get older and I've seen more movies, I'm just like, fuck, you just stole that for this other fucking movie. And shit, man, Kurt Russell was in both these fucking movies. You can't even be more fucking shameless.
Mm-hmm.
You have Kurt Russell playing the same fucking character in both the fucking movies, and then the background music is the movie from the fucking first movie. I don't know. Anyway, what were you gonna say about Shane? For I hijacked this conversation completely. Talk about a totally different movie.
I agree with you with Tarantino because he basically his whole career was remaking all the movies he used to watch as a kid.
Mhm.
And like I'll give him this. His dialogue is great. It's fun. It works.
Mhm.
It moves the scene along. It's obviously written while he's doing coke, obviously. But
Well, you know, I wanted to say if he had just been the guy that just rewrote the dialogue for movies like he did with The Hunt for Red October, that would he what they call a script doctor. He'd be the best script doctor ever.
right.
And then he wouldn't have been stealing as much because his dialogue is the only unique part of his shit.
Mhm.
You know, like these are thoughts he actually has about tipping
Yeah.
or who the fucking coolest member of the Fantastic Four is. Having this debate in his own mind constantly. I gotta write it down.
Right.
Now, the guy that's really good is not Quentin Tarantino, it's his buddy. His buddy's name is Roger Avery. That's the guy I recommend to people. In fact, I'm going to highly recommend him. He has a pretty good movie called I think it's called Killing Zoe. That's his first movie.
Okay.
And he has a really good movie. It's called fuck, what is that movie called?
I don't know.
It's Rules of Attraction. It's a Bret Easton Ellis novel, and the main character is the brother of the main character in American Psycho.
Whoa.
So it's a pretty cool movie, and it's better than American Psycho, even though I think that movie is also very fun.
Yeah.
And good. Roger Avery is great. He fucked up his career. First of all, well, he's the guy that wrote all the good parts of Pulp Fiction. The story about smuggling the ring in the ass and the boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically half the movie, been all the good shit. When you really sit down and think about it, fuck, Roger. Yeah. And I think they have a podcast, but I won't listen to it because I can't listen to Quentin Tarantino talk. But it would be cool to listen to Roger talk. But Roger fucked up his life actually, because he hit someone when driving, and then maybe he was either drunk and drove away or something like that.
Yeah, but that's a big deal.
That you just don't really ever recover from those kinds of scandals.
No,
like a lot, like Rebecca Gayheart. Do you remember her? She did that too. She ran over a kid while she was drunk.
Really?
So that's it. Yeah, that's why you don't see her on nothing. She was on everything for a few years in the 90s. She was a Noxema girl. She was on the fucking 90210, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
That cultural benchmark. 90210.
People liked it. I never actually watched it whatsoever. So
watched it with the sound off. You know what I'm talking about? I like women with frog bodies. So I was really into Tori Spelling. I want him to look like a tortoise that just got out. It escaped its shell. Tori Spelling looks like a tortoise that escaped its shell.
Oh man,
how's that for poetry?
That is, yeah, that's very poetic. But
yeah, Shane's a great. The movie Shane is really great. I'm really lucky. One of the only good things I ever got from school was there was this old lady who must have loved that movie when she was a kid too, and probably had memories of watching it at the theater. And we only paid 4 cents back in those days, and boy, you were lucky to get 4 cents. Anyway, but yeah, she showed it to us, and like, like the last day before Christmas vacation, all your teachers was like, "Fuck it, we're just watching some movies."
Yeah.
That's what happened with Shane. But Shane was such a good movie that we actually watched it we finished watching it the next day before Christmas vacation instead of doing work. We watched it 2 days in a row, basically. But yeah, Shane's awesome, dude. I feel lucky that I got to see it at a young age.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, I saw it for the first time like a week ago. And
yeah, you inspired me to want to go buy it on Blu-ray. You know, I now have I can now watch 100 or whatever 4K movies.
Yeah.
I just need to get a player for it.
Yeah.
But I do have a Blu-ray player right now that I can still watch. I might be able to watch 100K or what is it called? 4K.
4K.
I'm kind of a technophobe type people.
Well, yeah,
I'm like a barbarian.
Everything you do is analog for the most part.
Including jerking off.
Jeez.
Well, I don't know. Jerking off is the only analog thing that I do digitally. Hey.
Hey.
Hi guys. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. I like how we're going against what we talked about earlier. We're hypocrites, basically.
What do you mean?
Well, because remember we were making fun of people that talked about that on stage?
What did they talk about? Masturbating?
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote it. I know. I said a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't go up there and say like, these people. Sometimes people, I've heard dudes go on stage and say their exact dick measurements. And a lot of times it's just like, well, you always be like, that just sounds like a normal sized penis. Why are you even announcing that to anyone?
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, most of us just have normal sized penises that are not even remarkable. I actually have been thinking about how, and maybe it's better if you have a super small penis. At least you're a story to tell. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to bum you guys out, but 90% of us have roughly the same size cock and do roughly the same stuff in bed. Right. And we're not remarkable. Your girlfriends don't talk about you to their sisters or anyone. They talk about that fucking psycho, unshowered, unkempt dude that they fucked in the men's room of the fucking rodeo, whatever. I have a good movie recommendation. It's on Tubi. This movie's called The Stoned Age. The Stoned Age. It's kind of like Dazed and Confused, but like a lot like dumber and more sophomoric. But I would bet you, because this movie came out in '94. I think Dazed and Confused came out in '93. So I bet these movies probably were shot around the same time. So there's not that. It's not like the one of them was a ripoff of the other.
Right.
But the Stone Age is a really good B movie. That like the biggest named person is Taylor Negron. Taylor Negron's the big star.
I don't even know who that is.
Do you even know who that is?
No.
No, there you go. See? Hilarious. But man, it's really great. And it actually, I've watched it every couple of years. I love this fucking movie. I think it's so good. It really highlights the struggle between men and women, the battle of the sexes. Because the main character that we follow, he's a good dude. He's super cool. And then his friend is a total lout, but he's like a heavy metal rocker type guy. So all the girls want to fuck him, because this movie's in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
And they do something really smart. Like, there's a total argument at the beginning of the movie where the nice guy is saying to rocker dude that Blue Oyster Cult rules, and then the other guy's like, yeah, maybe they rule, but this song Don't Fear the Reaper, that's pussy shit. And then he says they put every band puts one pussy song on the album to find out who the fags are. And so I thought that was so funny, because that's a total real life conversation that 80 dude would have with another man while smoking weed and drinking and driving. You know what I mean? It's just such a dude conversation. But then when they meet the girls for the first time, what is the hot girl wearing? A Blue Oyster Cult t-shirt, because it's totally true what the guy said. And when the rocker dude's fucking her later, what are they listening to? Don't Fear the Reaper. Yeah. Specifically, Don't Fear the Reaper. It's such a brilliant movie. And then the nice guy never gets the hot girl. The mean guy just consistently is mean to the girls and gets all of them. Like the way that he tries to seduce her when they're in the jacuzzi is he goes, "Hey, I want to show you something," and he grabs the top of her head, just pushes her head underwater, and she jumps out of the water and goes, "You asshole," you know, all dramatic. But then she just starts making out with him, and I was like, "Yeah, this is exactly what happens, dude. Women love bullies." That's the end of the story, because that's, I like Dazed and Confused. I think it's a cool movie, but there's a falseness to it because it's about the cool kids at school hanging around with the druggies, which is it's just not real. This other one, the hierarchy is so more pronounced and so more realistic, even though the comedy itself is more sophomoric and almost more like for teenagers. The stoned age. Yeah, this movie is so fucking great. And it says a lot about women. It says so much about women. And also, it was shot in Encino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they said it's in Torrance, but it's actually in Encino. But I kind of like that too. That's another thing that feels real because, there was really only two places in the 80s and 90s that people hung out, and it was on the Sunset Strip, but they also hung out on Ventura Boulevard here in the Valley. And so I don't know. Whenever I see movies that speak realistically to me, like these guys cruising down Ventura looking for fun,
right?
That spoke to me. But yeah, This is a whole variety of movies. Some are terrible, and some are actually like Cool Hand Luke. Obviously, you should watch that movie. The Stone Age, probably not. I don't need to watch it, but I liked it.
Yeah, Cool Hand Luke is just a classic, great movie. Like you can't go wrong. Paul Newman's great performance. Shane, another classic Western. It kind of, it's just super. It's very classic, but it's very good. The kid kind of annoyed me. Did he annoy you? The kid in that movie?
I identified with the child.
Okay, being super annoying. Like, hey Shane, like every 5 seconds. Hey Shane.
He was disappointed in his own father. He didn't have a father figure. He needed Shane to be his father figure.
I see exactly why it was like.
Did you miss all of the subtext of that movie or what?
No, I was just it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that last scene too kicks ass so much. Yeah, what a good movie, Shane.
It's a bit of a slow burn for like the kids. I bet they might be like not be able to sit through it, but it's worth the whole runtime.
See, for me, when I'm watching a movie that's kind of slow, what I do is I have on my iPad, I play Baby Shark, take a little Baby Shark break. I sing a little song, make a little love, do a little dance, and then I go back to Rashomon.
Oh, Rashomon, Akira Kurosawa.
Oh yes, yeah. I love Kurosawa. He's great.
Yeah, amazing.
I like his last movie is great. He made a bunch of movies that were like based on Shakespeare, but you don't know that. It's not explicitly. It doesn't look or sound like it.
Right. He's not as obvious about his influences as Tarantino, where he just lifts parts
from Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Jesus Christ, Quentin! How many more Mexican standoffs can we have in a goddamn movie? Every fucking movie seems to end with or has at least one Mexican standoff in it. It's usually the best part of the movie too. That's the sad part. I don't know.
Well,
He's such a hack.
Even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood had that moment where he was. It was a little bit different because the main or the Brad Pitt's character was like tripping on mushrooms, but he still had a standoff between him and the Manson family people.
Yeah.
And he used his dog. It was a little bit different. I actually didn't love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Did you see it?
Yeah, I didn't love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, even though it's my best movie. Yeah, I saw it. It's terrible. And what's weird is that he filmed a bunch of it in Canoga Park and then cut all the footage that he shot at Canoga Park. So unless, I think there's like an extended version with 20 extra minutes. I bet you that's where all the Canoga Park footage is. But that really kind of actually says a lot about Canoga Park that it could look like the 60s without it even changing anything.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was disappointed by the fact that it was like Inglorious Bastards, where it was like a history revisionist fantasy of
Yeah, what if my favorite pedophile hadn't gotten caught? That's the gist of it.
right, right, yeah. Because then why can't I think of his name? Polanski. Then because if his wife didn't die, then he wouldn't have had to molest that 12-year-old girl that he drugged and
Yeah, he still would have, but
yeah.
he just might not have gotten caught.
Right.
Dude, how did Jack Nicholson skate by? It's at his house.
Mhm.
It happens while he's there. No one thinks that Jack Nicholson might have been up to something.
I do, probably. Well, wasn't Christopher Walken in the boat when what's her name went over?
Yeah, when he helped the other guy throw her over,
Robert Wagner, when he allegedly killed. What's her name? She's so famous.
I don't remember anymore.
Is it Natalie Holloway?
Oh, Natalie Wood.
Nellie Wood. There you go. Yeah. So,
dude, I know. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'm sorry, I forgot. The official story is that she fell off the boat,
right,
and died. But what really happened was she was on a boat with Robert Wagner and Christopher Walken, and Christopher Walken and Robert Wagner were butt fucking. She walked in on it and flipped out. She's like, "Oh, good gravy! I gotta get out of here." she had the natural reaction to homosexuality. I gotta get out of here. I can't be on this boat anymore. So she jumped on. I think it's called a dinghy. It's like a little boat that they had, and then the little boat capsized somewhere, and she drowned. Because they found the dinghy as well, somewhere around the area where she died. So yeah, she tried to escape. She tried to escape butt sex. I couldn't. I don't know. This actually is kind of a metaphor for modern day life.
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to escape butt sex. You can't even go into Target during June. You know what I mean? There's all this fucking gay propaganda everywhere. Even at Target. Target. What are we shooting there, fellas?
Well, I just like now that makes that scene that Christopher Walken did in Pulp Fiction a little bit funnier, where it talks about having a watch up his ass. He had Wagner up his ass.
It was Wagner's watch, exactly. Yeah, he didn't put it up there on purpose. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rules of Attraction. We have a lot of good recommendations, and a bunch of these movies are on Tubi right now. Tubi's the fucking shit, dude. It's the bomb diggity. And yeah, for me, I throw a movie on. I have 3 minutes while the commercials start playing to go throw whatever blanket needs to be washed of shit into the washing machine. Yeah. And then when there's a commercial, I can go and put it in the dryer. So actually, I don't mind commercials. In fact, I like to leave. I like to have a reason to get up and leave the room and do something. Make my legs move.
So Tubi is the perfect thing for anyone with like attention deficit disorder.
Yeah, but there's not too many commercials. You know what I mean? Yeah, even Amazon's getting real bad with the commercials.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit, dude. I already pay for your service. Why am I watching commercials? It's like having cable again. It's a total scam. Like, what the fuck? There's commercials? I paid for this. What bullshit.
Yeah. I just got, for this month at least, I got HBO. And I had to get it without commercials because I'm like, I can't sit here.
The HBO has commercials now?
Yeah. If you get the first tier.
The mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of HBO. Yeah. It was uncensored and it had no commercials. What a load of shit. It's the same with that fucking Howard Stern asshole.
Yeah.
He does commercials all over that fucking shit.
Yeah. It's mostly commercials where he's just like, hey, buy this thing. And then we'll go into 10 minutes of show. And then another commercial.
What an unsatisfying life that must be, reading ad copy for fucking 50 years.
Right.
Hey, everybody, we're talking about Carville. Carville, the ice cream, Cookie Puss. Fred got his mother a Cookie Puss for her birthday. Remember that, Fred? And he was always not into not into the commercials anyway.
Yeah.
Now it's like fucking 20 fucking years later or 30 years later since I listened.
Have you
Dude,
heard any of his stuff lately?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I listen to it anytime I'm in the car.
Okay.
I listen to it. It's very bad. I don't know. I hate listening to it. It's kind of like how I hate watch Quentin Tarantino movies. Sometimes you just want to try to figure out what was appealing to you about this, or to the masses about this.
Right.
I don't get it.
With Stern, I think I remember what it was like back in the day was that he seemed like he was funny. I don't know if he was, but he seemed like he surrounded himself with a bunch of weirdos and freaks, and that was an interesting dynamic. And then he would talk about things, and he knew how to tell a story pretty well, or he knew how to get good stuff out of guests back in the day. But now all of his interviews seem very sycophantic. They seem like he's kissing their ass too much instead of just trying to like ask a strange question somewhere in there to pull out a story that hasn't been told before.
Yeah, why aren't you asking Tina Fey what color panties she's wearing, or if she's wearing a thong or not?
Right.
That's the probing Howard that I miss.
Yeah. And
yeah, I like this fake everyman shtick.
Yeah, and he's not an everyman. He's a weirdo that like he doesn't leave his house. His studio's in his house, so he has a room he goes to.
That sounds cool to me. Hey, I have a studio right here.
Yeah.
In my house. I have a room. Well, I have a room I go to.
Yeah. And then like I heard that during COVID especially, he got all like his Amazon delivered to a certain spot and he had to wait for like a day before he'd go get it because he was afraid of getting like he became like a hypochondriac basically.
Yeah, that's a shame. All that money and you don't even leave your house. But also, I wouldn't leave my house if I didn't have to. Get out of here.
Right. Well, I
don't even want to go out into the common areas. Fuck that. Let alone leave, like go places.
Mm-hmm.
Really need this podcast to take off so I can just be an invalid living from home.
Yeah. But back to movies real quick. So I texted you this, but I got a ticket to see Goodfellas at a movie theater in Culver. So I'm actually excited because that's a movie that I always wanted to see in a theater. Because I've seen it on TV, but anytime you see a movie in a theater, it is a better experience, especially if the movie's actually good.
Yeah, totally. Like you have not experienced fun size until you've seen it in the movies at the movie theater on the big screen. The big screen is the right size for fun size. That's the fun size to watch fun size.
I don't even wait. What is fun size? Is that one of those?
It's like a Nickelodeon
Is that a B movie?
Kind of. It was definitely in the movie theater for like a week or something. I think what's her name? Miranda Cosgrove. I think she was in that.
Oh no way! Okay.
Anyway,
I saw it
at the movie theater. I saw it at the movie theater on the opening day. No big deal. I'm kind of a movie buff.
Well, what'd you think of it, or are you just fucking around?
I own it on Blu-ray and DVD.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a fan. I think I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, that I own Goodfellas on Blu-ray, but I want to see it like with the actual speakers and stuff. I mean, that movie moves the whole time. You know, that movie has such a cool energy that like it. I hope it's a 35 millimeter print or whatever they have, because it's hard to find that movie in a theater. Just you know, like I don't know why, but you can find a lot of other older movies, but that one for some reason it pops up every now and again. And
yeah, usually it's just on TBS at TBS at like 10 in the morning on Sunday.
Yeah.
And somehow they stretch it out to 5 fucking hours. They add so many commercials.
Yeah.
That's the only way to truly experience Goodfellas is on TNT on a Sunday morning when they stretch it out with extra commercials. That's the way Scorsese intended you watch it. Scorsese was like, hey, man, sometimes you got to get up. Sometimes you got to take the dirty, shitty blanket out of the washing machine and put it into the dryer, man. I understand.
Okay. That is the benefit of watching movies at home. Yes. But
blowjobs, how about that? How about getting a blowjob from your common law boyfriend or husband? I don't know what they call it.
Oh.
Yeah, getting a nice blowjob while you're watching it. Did you ever notice? We were just talking about people and their porn addiction. Well, let me tell you one. Did you ever notice in amateur porn, they're always watching television or playing a video game while getting blown? And any of the amateur porn.
I don't.
Real people's sex lives are so sad. This is the main reason why I don't like pornography. It's just kind of sad. It's a sad concept. You really should just use your imagination, or like some photographs from the Sears catalog from 50 years ago, because those are more titillating than looking deeply into a pussy or someone spreading their butthole to show you jizz coming out.
Yeah,
that leaves nothing to the imagination.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kills the mystery of what that would look like. Now you know.
I don't like what I see. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I'm not into that.
But to answer your question, no, I've never noticed that because I don't watch that. So,
okay. All right.
I mean, it makes sense because every time I've ever got hooked up with somebody, I was usually watching TV first, and then it leads to that.
Yeah, TV is the almighty aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come over and watch women's beach volleyball later?
I mean,
there's no one that doesn't want to watch that.
Right. Men or women. It's awesome.
Actually, even if you're pedophiles, it's a good way to groom children. Tell them that there's gonna be women's beach volleyball later. You can come watch it. You can come watch it in the archdiocese later.
Oh man. Oh fuck. All right. So. Yeah.
Let me think of one of the stranger sexual encounters I've ever had. Now I'm going to be just a regular comedian and talk about porn and sex stuff that happened to me. One time I challenged this woman. I was like, Rachel, there's 2 Rachel Ray shows coming on in a row. That's 1 hour of Rachel Ray. I challenge you to give me a hand job and bring me to completion while Rachel Ray is on TV. And she failed.
Was it because of Rachel Ray?
I'm afraid so. Kind of a boner killer.
But the food was probably pretty good. At least on the TV.
No, actually, the Food Network food never looks good.
Really?
It never looks money to me. It looks bankrupt. You know what I mean? Well, especially when they show these outrageous sandwiches and burgers that you can get at these diners, drive-ins, and dives. I don't want to eat that fucking shit. It's disgusting.
Right.
It's gross. They put the fucking drizzle cheese on fucking everything. You don't have to put cheese on everything.
No.
Some things don't need cheese.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a fried ice cream does not fried ice cream with a banana does not need cheese. Okay, it's already decadent enough.
Yeah, and
my arms are starting to hurt from holding up this glass ceiling.
Oh man, dude, that joke was so bad that I have thought about it during the week.
Yeah. It's not even a joke. It's more like a megalomaniac statement of intent or something like that. A manifesto, really, is what that is. You know, of all the people in our comedy scene, she seemed like the most likely to shoot up a comedy venue or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually can't believe that's never happened. That all these nut jobs have just gone away peacefully over the years.
It is something I think about. Yeah. Especially
knock on wood.
Yeah.
Fucking A, knock on some wood somewhere.
Especially this week or this past week. This is a good segue to both things. So speaking of Sam Hyde, he released a video this week that was making the rounds.
This is Charlie's family, and these are his children who will never be able to hug their dad.
He's having a Jimmy
and grow up with a murdered father. This is Charlie.
He's having a Jimmy, what's that guy's name?
Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel moment, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A Jimmy Kimmel moment. I hate it when comedians are sincere. I can't watch that. I really can't.
Oh.
I don't like it. I can't watch people that are supposed to be funny try to be sincere. I just don't want to watch that.
Okay.
But, you know, that this past week did reveal a lot of psychos in my life.
Yeah.
People, I was like, I used to think you were pretty reasonable or normal, but man, you're a psycho. You're a psycho. So I wonder if these guys jerked off to the videos.
Probably.
They jerked off to all that blood and they watched it in slow motion while they came.
Well, doing comedy this week has been interesting because a lot of the young comics talk about the guy getting shot and saying he was this evil guy, which I don't know. I didn't follow his stuff at all. I'm not into politics.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I'm not into politics, but like I don't care what people say. I mean, you say crazy shit all the time. I wouldn't want something to happen to you because you say crazy things. That's just stupid.
That's my point. Yeah. That's the part that's bothersome to me, where it's, you know, are you a performer? Because this guy is really just a performer. He literally, it's just, he's not a politician, so there's nothing to celebrate. He's just some guy, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a blogger got shot. I feel like there's some perspective here.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I'm tired of that topic as well. It seems like it's endless.
Yeah, it's weird that
did you just all the leftist people have the same exact 3 talking points.
Mm-hmm.
They pair it in every single conversation discussion.
Right.
And then 50 of them will like their comment.
Yeah.
And that's how that was their proselytizing for today.
Right.
So they did.
Their number one was he was pro Second Amendment, so this is him just being like, or how they phrase it. They're like, oh, he said some gun deaths were warranted or something, or they misquoted him because I actually looked it up later, but they were saying that he said some gun deaths are acceptable. That's what they said. He said, but the whole quote was he was saying that look at cars, for example. There's 50,000 deaths a year from car accidents. So are we just going to take away everyone's privilege to drive? And I think we should, because I don't drive and I want no one else to drive. But he was saying because there's 50,000 car accident deaths, we still allow people to drive because we accept the risks. And so for guns, he was talking about how there are positive uses of guns and negative. We focus on the negative and we should root those out, but there's also a lot of positives with it too. You know, armed society is a polite society, that type of thing. And so people just are, I noticed that they were like cherry picking certain little bits and then not like, they didn't obviously see the entire clip. So when you take like little bits of what somebody says, that sounds bad, of course. But like he was a guy that would go to colleges and people would ask him any question and he'd try to answer it basically. And so sometimes when he answered it, he would say things that sound initially, if you only heard that little bit, it sounds crazy. But if you hear that he's trying to explain his point of view to people that don't agree with him, basically.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tame.
Yeah.
The people that would talk to him would just go up to him and start screaming,
Yeah.
start calling him names and stuff. It's really odd. Leftist people are really kind of scary.
Right.
The way they reacted to just like it's the same as when Rush Limbaugh died. Like these are just people that are on the radio. you should get so invested about their lives, whether they live or die. It's really creepy.
Although, I wonder if there's going to be a few people that are going to react that way when you die.
No one will care, including my family. It'll be a total radio silence the whole world over.
Mm.
Zero tributes. No, probably no headstone. Everyone will just agree to it that this just didn't happen. It was just a big mistake. It just didn't happen. Ultimately.
Yeah. So yeah, but this is like a huge topic this week. I didn't want to bring the show down, but like it was just insane, the whole thing. Seeing it happen. That was basically two deaths within a relatively short period, because before that you had the girl on the subway.
Mm-hmm. Neck related.
Huh? Yeah.
Both neck related.
Yeah. Irina, I can't pronounce her last name, but she had was murdered. And it's funny because that guy's actually, they sent him to a hospital to see if he's competent to stand trial. Now, obviously he's insane. Clearly, if he was honest about hearing voices and stuff like that, telling him to do these bad things, but if he's
anyone who kills a hot white bitch is insane.
But if he's not competent to stand trial, he still needs to be locked up forever in a hospital at the very least, right? You don't want someone like that out in general population because there's no fixing that. Basically, like that guy. Clearly, like I'm tired of when people use mental health issues as an excuse for bad behavior, because there's plenty of people that have similar issues, but they don't act violently. So, like I feel like mental health is used as a crutch to explain away like bad behaviors. I think far too much currently,
Yeah, the third voice in my head agrees with you, but voices 1 and 2 just don't see eye to eye on that. Yeah.
Oh man, but
can you take out? Is there a different video we can look at now?
Oh yeah, sorry.
See what that's about.
Or I'll play something silly because this happened recently.
Idiot! What is wrong with you? I've lived in Manhattan. I've lived in San Francisco. I've lived in Boston. And nothing ever happened to me. I moved to Suffolk County in a senior community, and my neighbor shoots me in the face with a flare.
Maybe there was an emergency. Maybe they were trying to alert a plane to their whereabouts. Maybe the plane was supposed to land on his face. You don't know.
Yeah. When I saw that, I didn't know what was happening, but yeah, that guy, he seems like someone that needed to be hit in the face with a flare just once in his life. Like she was actually doing him a favor.
Mm-hmm.
You
might say her temper flared up.
Oh man, but yesterday was my birthday, and
happy birthday.
Thanks. And I basically cooked myself a steak with broccoli,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing like a cast iron skillet. I know I've talked about this with you privately, but like cast iron skillet really does make the best steak. I've tried every other method. That sous vide thing where you put it in water and like cook it over time. I've done that, and the steak is good, but you still have to put it in the cast iron skillet anyway. So like, why?
why not just cut out the middleman?
Yeah.
Just throw it right into the cast iron skillet.
Yeah, and you only got to cook it like at the most 4 to 5 minutes on each side. You know, it's the easiest thing in the world. Plus, broccoli. Like, I know when you're young you hate broccoli, but as you get older you actually appreciate it. You know, it becomes like a
now that is something you should pour some cheese on, my friend.
Oh, broccoli.
That's where liquid cheese comes in.
Right. Yeah, I try not to eat.
That is money. Broccoli and cheese, that's money. That combo.
Yeah, that is probably, I would say, well, cheese makes any vegetable better, but specifically broccoli. Because it's made for cheese. All those little like floury parts of it catch the cheese perfectly. Can't beat it. I have one last video that I wanted to play, and it's your favorite subject. It's bicyclists.
Oh hell yeah, cyclists.
Yeah,
I've seen this one.
Oh yeah.
What's this dude thinking? Yeah, but I mean, it's just a very curious video. Like he sees that the guy's pulling out in front of him with a lot of time. Why is he just trying to stop?
I think he wanted the video. Like, he wanted to catch that guy on video and try and claim that he turned without looking. But like you said, this guy,
this fucking guy's not supposed to be on the sidewalks. That's what the authorities will say to you, dude. That's why he couldn't see you. Dude, you're literally in his blind spot. It's crazy. And he would never think to look over there where that telephone pole is, which is basically around where it hits him.
Right.
No one would ever look over there. Why would you think there'd be someone on a bicycle on this fucking sidewalk? I hate cyclists, dude.
Yeah.
I hope every one of them gets hurt.
Me too. Because
over and over and over again. Like, get that shit off the fucking road, dude. Take a walk. Take a nice long walk, assholes.
Yeah, it's not that the cycling part, it's their attitude. That's the worst part of all cyclists.
Yeah. And remember when they would take back the night?
Yeah.
So there'd be like 200 bicyclists literally driving down Sunset Boulevard. So you cannot go around them. You can't pass them. They're blasting whatever dumb fucking music they listen to. I'm the fire starter. Whatever. Malicious fire starter.
Or like Eye of the Tiger or something.
No, not even that cool. Yeah, it'd be cool if they were playing Chariots of Fire. Do 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 do. I'm the malignant fire starter.
But
yeah, I fucking hate cyclists. They're probably riding their bikes to the next rave or something.
That's another thing. There's a video that I'll find next time where you know about Burning Man, right?
Of course I do.
Yeah. And all of them like get bicycles because that's the best way to get around that little dirt patch. But there was this video, and we'll watch it next time. But this girl gets like assaulted sexually at the event, and none of the people there want her to talk to the cops or make any report on the guy that did it because they don't want to mess up their rave.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
I'm the fire starter.
Yeah. Dude,
it's such a dumb fucking song. And you're not tough. You didn't start any fucking fires. Get out of here.
No. But yeah, every time I see Burning Man, I just think it reminds me of a cult. Like,
it reminds you of the Democrats.
Yeah, that too. But it just reminds me of all these people that are just so bought into this fantasy that, like, they don't want to have anything that might bum out their good time. Basically, they're all on drugs. So,
They're disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why we don't just nuke that area. We know where they all are now.
And then
Same with the gathering of the Juggalos. We can imagine the crime you could prevent if you just blew up the gathering of the Juggalos every year.
And on that note,
my dad's generation had Woodstock. My generation has the gathering of the Juggalos. It just gets worse and worse each generation.
Yeah.
What could be worse than the gathering of the Juggalos? I can't wait. I can't wait to see.
It'll happen. It'll happen. And on that note, I'd like to thank you for doing this, and thank all of you out there for watching. It does mean a lot. I've noticed the numbers go up and the watch time's gone up, so thank you so much for doing that. We just started this on a whim, and it does mean a lot for each and every one of you that subscribes and watches. Thank you. All right, bye.